Whoa, that's an actually even better list of riders. Not better, but that's a solid lineup for Quarterpipe.
Finally, we're dominating one. We might not dominate because Corey
Oh,
could win, but
oh yeah.
we have a lot of people. All right, so
Jeez.
in
All right.
Quarterpipe High Air, we have Tyler Bierman, Jason Borowski, Corey Creed, Cole Denny, Brian McCarty, who hasn't even posted any videos of him doing the quarterpipe either. So, like, he's really just staying under the radar. Guillaume Navas and Colby Raha.
Damn. That is again, and that's another solid lineup. Corey Creed, Colby Raha, those two have battled super hard the last couple of years.
And I feel like Guillaume has been coming on.
Guillaume has been very close. He's the young gun, and he's one of maybe 3 names on that list who actually train for this event.
Exactly.
Whereas I feel like everyone else just kind of just sneaks in, like, yeah, I'll give it a shot and whatever. But Guillaume actually has a full setup. Corey has a full setup, and Colby has a full setup.
And I've been seeing Broski since he's tight with, oh no, it was Denny. I think I saw him. He has a place set up to practice as well.
Oh,
and
does he?
He's not scared.
No, well, he's definitely not scared. I didn't know he had a setup now.
Well, I believe so because here you go.
Where is that?
I mean, I'm assuming California.
Oh, is that Tyler's place? Maybe.
Oh yeah, it says Tyler Bierman. Oh yeah, with a salute. So I think he's riding with Tyler. So right, Bierman also has
set up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here's my thing. Tyler, I feel like with the last couple injuries, lost a tiny bit of steam.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a gnarly jump. Like, I would have fear of jumping the damn thing as well.
Yeah. So, and I'm not talking shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I think he just, couple of injuries in a row there, and I don't know that he's willing to push it like Corey or Raha or Guillaume are willing to do.
That's it. Same story as like Jared McNeil. Jared had that massive crash on Quarterpipe because I thought Jared was going to be like the guy who could dominate Quarterpipe, and then he got smashed so hard, and he's like, you know what?
Yep.
That ain't worth it.
Dislocated his hip at Minneapolis X Games.
Yeah, that's it.
Just landed. It was just sticky. It was really weird because it looked like he landed fine, and next thing you know, he got spit off, and then hip was dislocated and was just never the same guy on Quarterpipe after that.
Exactly. So I guess Tyler may have had that same uneasy feeling on that ramp. But again, Jason Borowski on there. That's cool to see.
Also not scared.
Definitely not scared to send it. And Brian McCarty sneaking on in there again on a list that we haven't seen him post anything about. So I'm actually really pumped to see what the hell McNiles is going to do.
So my top 3 is, and this is in any order, I'm not claiming order at the moment, Creed, Guillaume, Colby.
Yeah.
Those are my top 3.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Corey Creed and Colby go at it again. Because like Corey Creed is the dude who has this thing so figured out. Remember last year, he was like, every time somebody went up a little bit, he went another foot.
Yeah.
Every jump.
And I feel like
Colby just twists and goes.
Yes. That's the thing. That's the X factor on Colby. But I feel like probably Guillaume and Corey put the most time into practicing the quarterpipe.
Yeah, yeah. Try and figure it out. Like, what's the best bike setup? What's the best technique, coming into the ramp, all that sort of stuff. Whereas I feel like Colby, just like he did his 200 foot to flat the other day, you just click gears and hit that thing as hard as it goes.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? He has jumped a Harley. He has a Harley jump coming up at Sturgis. He jumped 200 feet to flat. He was in Hawaii. I don't know how much. I mean, he does have a quarter pipe at his practice spot.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's been putting time in on it, but it's like how much time was dedicated to those other things versus just quarter pipe, where I feel like Guillaume and Creed are like quarter pipe. Like
doing this. Yeah.
I think especially Corey, from what I kind of gather from online, which you can't really, people only put out what they want to, but all of his stuff that you see for the most part is quarter pipe.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be the odd best whip that he can throw in, but it's mostly quarter pipe. And I feel like for those two guys, Guillaume and Corey, it's like they're kind of planting their flags on quarter. So
right, they're like, this is something I have a legitimate chance of winning. So I'm
going for it. Yeah.
I'm just going to put the time in and just be better than everybody else. And Corey was, badass years ago with the quarter pipe. And now with the amount of time that he's spent focusing on it, I can't imagine that this year he doesn't come out and be better than last year, which he already won, so.
So as you said, like he started 2018. Yeah, it was best whip, but 19 he won. That was when I think, exactly. It's on there. 19 was Minneapolis, and then it was Norway. So he won the two events there. And I think 19 was also the Nitro World Games, where he just went to the moon on that Nitro quarter pipe.
And I think 22, he was
injuries.
Exactly. He was coming in after being hurt, 22, and 23 almost, I want to say. So I think with a full year of not being hurt and just focusing on quarter pipe, everybody might be in trouble with Corey.
Yeah, I think so. I think you might be right. I know how you said you didn't want to put them in order. I'm going to go in order, at least with Corey on number one right now. But it's going to be tough. That's going to be super tough. Very interesting. Could just scroll down a little bit. How old is he?
1990.
1990. I thought there's only a few pixels on my screen. I thought that was 1980. I'm like, he's how old?
No, he's almost my age. If he was 80.
Yeah. Okay. No, then I feel like it'll still be the battle of Corey and Colby, but I'm not counting out any of those guys. McNiles and Borowski are probably the two wild cards who could really shake that up.
Even Cole, though, I think.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, Cole, too.
Especially if he's been putting a lot of time in,
because he doesn't care. He just goes.
Exactly. So I think those guys are going to hang in there, but I really think overall, like you said, Corey, Guillaume, and Raha are going to be your top three.
Okay, so here's the next thing. Maybe we're going to... Actually, you could probably find this out on the website there. Where is this located? Because there's one thing that will completely change how that competition will go down, and that's the weather. Like, if it's a windy old day...
Yeah.
And it's an outdoor event in Salt Lake City, this could be very interesting.
All competition and concerts will take place outdoors at the Utah State Fairground and Event Center. Club 95 ticket holders will enjoy exclusive access to an indoor air-conditioned lounge located in the grand building.
Oh, I do like the sound of that.
So you can watch indoor in the air conditioning, but you have to ride outside in the elements. I can tell you from being at Colby's for that Harley jump, he doesn't really care about wind very much because he was boosting his quarter pipe and jump the Harley with his mom on the back, like, 100 and something feet.
God damn it. God damn it.
So he's not intimidated easily, even by the weather.
Yeah, that's very true. I wonder if that is also Colby's X factor.
He's just mentally, degaff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going.
Think about if you go back to Minneapolis or something like that where it was indoors, you're like, yeah, this is just full send. It doesn't really matter what happens. But as soon as you're outdoors, things can get hectic pretty quick. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And again, one name not on that list, Axel Hodges. So Axel not at X Games this year, unfortunately.
He's got monster money and putting his videos out. He's like, I don't need to go and do that anymore. And I will have to say this. When I ask random people, when I get into conversations about motorcycles with people that aren't like as deep in it as we are, Axel's the only name that they know.
That's true. Yeah.
So he's like...
Which kind of sucks for us because I'd love to see him in this competition. Yeah. To really like put a stamp on it and go, yeah, Axel's coming, which he has done and everybody's tuned in. But I wonder
Isn't he coming off an injury? Or was that a while ago?
I thought that was a while ago. Because that would have been his sand dune broken femur injury. Right. I think that was last year.
Yeah, at least
and then he got married last year as well, like at the end of the year or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe he's just like, I'm just going to take a little time off from comps and just do what I need to do and come back strong later.
But it's like, does he even need to do comps? He really doesn't.
Not really. No, not really.
So maybe he's like, no pressure, just film my own segments and stuff. And
yeah, which is cool. I definitely like that.
I mean, listen, I would like to see him in the mix as well. But, you know, if you look at it from his side, he's probably making good enough money where he's like, why go and risk it on a... Oh, you know what? I was just thinking. Best trick is to, I'm assuming, to an airbag. So you can't do your stand on the seat ride out to an airbag.
Oh, when you said that, I was thinking about it. I was going to mention it, and I was like, he would do it anyway. Like,
maybe
he would probably still land on an airbag and ride off. But this won't. Well, I mean, you can do quarter pipe onto an airbag, but I'm guessing there's going to be dirt for this. I'm guessing.
I would.
Corey Creed has a full airbag setup.
Yeah.
For quarter pipe. Whether he wants to make it easy on everybody else.
Look at Guillaume's picture.
I'm digging that.
It looks just like him.
He's only been there since 2022. Yeah, there you go. They still haven't put a picture up.
Well, you know, 3 years is not enough time to get a headshot of someone.
No, exactly. God damn. No, I think this is going to be a pretty cool X Games. It's a different rider field than we kind of normally see. There's a lot of names in the freestyle that we haven't seen, like let's say Sheeny and Harry Binks not there as well. So there's a few names out. There's no Axel, but I do like the new names that are in. But it is cool. Like maybe we've got the next stage of X Games riders.
Yeah. Hopefully. I'm glad that it's progressing at some level because it's definitely slowed down a tiny bit there for a while.
Yeah.
All right, X Games betting odds, which is they have a whole website dedicated to this, and there are no betting odds, okay? You just find out the betting sites that you can bet on. So Bovada, BetOnline, that's the one I use, betonline.ag, and sports betting, which is also owned by BetOnline.
Huh.
So here so far, so if you're on BetOnline and you're trying to find X Games, it's under entertainment, then go all the way to the bottom. I guess it's not a sport, X Games. But right now there are only 3 things up, and it's Flora and Miro Tabanelli to both win Big Air. I don't even know what discipline this is. So it's Salt Lake City men's Big Air. I'm assuming BMX, maybe? And then women's.
I don't know those names. No.
And then women's Big Air. So they don't even have any of the moto disciplines up yet.
Damn.
And even the NXT bets, when you go there to X Games, let's see if they posted anything yet. They have not. So again, here were the odds for Osaka, but they do not have. They like to wait till the very last minute to post this stuff. So if you really want to bet, you're gonna have to keep an eye on these sites for the odds to go up and place your bets. Also, you can't bet day of. At least that's how it is with motocross and supercross. So you have to get your bets in the day before the event. So like supercross, you have to do it on Friday, because I've tried to watch practice, because I want to see who's feeling good that day and then make my bet and the track. And you can't do it. So you have to bet the day before. So I would just keep an eye on these couple of sites and wait for the odds to come up. But again, we kind of went over who I couldn't find X Games Osaka when I was looking because it was in entertainment. So this NXT bets, I can't even bet in New Jersey on here.
Huh.
This one, BetOnline, is offshore, so they don't care where you're from.
Everybody's got a chance. I'm not a betting man. I have no idea how it even works. But
I was gonna bet on Adelberg for Osaka. Would have made a couple dollars, but
yeah,
there you have it.
I think that would have been a pretty good bet.
That would also be my bet for Salt Lake. Would be Adelberg. I would probably put money on YO, and I would put money on Creed if I was betting at this very moment.
That's it. There you go. I think I almost feel like I'd go Jacko in America. I almost feel like Jacko didn't even bother on his second attempt. He just went, don't even care. I'll take the third. So
but does that...
half of me kind of thinks that Jacko's just I'm waiting for the big one.
It's possible.
Yeah, which is, But then, who knows? Who knows? Those two boys will be,
Again, like we've talked about, whatever Adelberg brings is going to be 99% he's going to land it and do it clean. And Jacko is a little bit more of a wild card where it's it may be huge. He may get a little squirrely on it. But he's going to pull something gnarly. But my whole thing was the seat grab Indy, he didn't get a huge one.
Nope.
And I feel like I talked about in the review of X Games that to do a big seat grab Indy, you're going to be pushing your body, extending it out real far, which is going to affect your rotation. And I feel like Adelberg kind of worked on things that didn't hinder his rotation as much.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if Jacko can extend that out, but just as an FMX judge yourself, do you go front flip seat grab Indy or front flip heart Indy would be better than a road over?
Depending on how big it is.
So my only thing about that would be everybody in the world can do a seat grab Indy.
Yep.
Everyone in the world can do a hard Indy.
I agree with where you're going.
Everyone can do that in a backflip. Not everyone, but anyone who can do it can do it. There's not that many people who do a road over upright. There's certainly not that many who can do it in a backflip. There's now one person who does it in a front flip.
Exactly.
But one thing I didn't realize which is what you said when we were talking about it, was does the road over keep you closer to the bike to keep that front flip rotation going? Whereas if Jacko gets a full hard Indy, he's pushing away from the bike. He'd be opening up that rotation and slowing. So are you slowing down one of the hardest tricks in the world to do, which is a regular front flip?
Which is how we won that 1 year, right? Remember, he did the no-hander and looked back, which then he got extra points because he was making the rotation harder.
Yeah. So even though a road over is technically more difficult to do, does the heart Indy, if he gets that far, if he extends it that big, does that counterbalance it?
I think it comes down to clean. You know, I think if he does a huge one but is super squirrely versus Adelberg doing a Rodova super clean and perfect, that's a hard call for sure.
Yeah.
I still think, though, you know, and like you said, I've never done a Rodova. I was there when Jack invented it. And never once in my head was I like, I'm going to try that.
I loved it. Yeah. It was one of my favorite tricks, was doing a road over, but I did it seat bouncing. So I would I'd be fully prepared. I'm on the run up, I'm sitting down, I'm already holding on and actually I didn't even hold the seat grab. I was under the rear fender because if you're in the seat grab, I was so tight together, I couldn't possibly extend my body. And so I had to like remove two parts of that equation by getting all the way back and holding on before I even left the jump to get the job done.
Yeah.
Because it just took time and I didn't have time.
Yeah.
So it is a tech trick.
So wait, you took off sitting down like with your hand already in, like
yeah.
Okay, like Taka does the
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's kind of an extra, I mean, he doesn't do it that way, but that's also kind of an extra, you know, to take off with your hand off of the bar. I think that raises difficulty, although it makes the trick easier in the whole
harder to do the take off.
Exactly.
Like, first you had to learn seat bouncing and then seat bouncing
one hand
without a hand on and
yeah,
and then like coming in like that. And in the end, like I had a couple of jumps where everything was going straight. Actually, one of them was at Squibby's house. It was in the middle of winter and we were jumping onto his resi landing and he only had carpet like 8 feet wide maximum that you could land on. The rest of it was like this slippery resi mat. As I left the ramp, it just went brrr, and just spat me out to the left.
Oh, you like pulled that one bar?
Yeah, and I just brrr, and whew, that was a close one. I don't know how I didn't crash my brains out. But yeah, so the road over is hard anyway. But I was just wondering, does slowing the front flip rotation down, like, are the worlds going to collide if it's those tricks, or he even has something like, does Adelberg have the road over stripper, something bigger that you mentioned? Does he have a whole different trick?
Right.
Fuck, man, who knows? This is going to be wild.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be awesome.
This is some of the most I've been excited for best trick, I think, in a while, because like you said, we don't really know. They've already shown their hands a little bit. I kind of like the precursor event.
Yeah.
You know, because now you could get a look at some of the things.
Salivating.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to, what day is it? Well, it depends on, I'll have to put this up tonight after work. So this is Tuesday, so we got a couple of days of waiting before, let's look at one last thing before we get out of here. Let's look at the event schedule.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Where is the schedule? The schedule. That's how you would say it, right?
Schedule. No, schedule.
Who says schedule?
I still, people who are trying to be pretentious, I guess.
Where?
Oh, it's a schedule.
The schedule. Ticket info.
Oh, Fifi.
Why is there no like order of? Did they not know yet? Oh, here we go. Friday the 27th. women's skateboarding, BMX street, BMX dirt, which I love that they brought back BMX dirt, men's skateboard vert, and best trick is the finale on Friday night.
FMX best trick, you mean?
Moto X best trick. Get it right.
Moto X best trick Friday. Wow.
9:30 p.m. So it's going to be a struggle for me to stay up for that.
All right. So get the biggest event done first and see who makes it to best whip and to quarterpipe.
Saturday, men's BMX park, men's skateboard park, women's skateboard vert, Monster Energy men's skateboard street. It's weird. Where are these big air events that they were talking about for, betting?
Oh, in the betting.
Yeah, Monster Energy's skateboard street, women's BMX dirt best trick. That's going to be sick. Women's skateboard vert best trick. Moto X best whip again at 9:30 on Saturday. So they're ending everything with the moto. And then Sunday, except for Sunday, men's skateboard vert best trick, women's skateboard street best trick, men's skateboard street best trick. Moto X quarterpipe high air is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Makes sense.
So you got 9:30, 9:30, 3:30 for all the moto events because I might watch BMX dirt.
Wait, sorry, what did you say? 9:30 at night Eastern time.
Friday, Saturday, and then 3:30 p.m. Sunday.
Your Eastern time right now, is that right?
Yes.
So that'll be, God damn it, that's 3:30 in the morning for me here in Central Europe. Oh, God damn it. But for Australia, New Zealand, that'll be like, if it's 3:30 here, it's going to be like midday-ish. So it's a good time in Australia. Nice.
Do you see this guy is grinding sunglasses? I obviously didn't watch that, but...
What's that?
He's grinding sunglasses. They have huge sunglasses on the street, skateboarding street best trick.
Unfortunately, right now, if anybody is watching this, it's only you and I on this screen, so I can't see what you're talking
about. I swapped to the other thing. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. This is why.
That's what I'm trying to understand what you're talking about, grinding sunglasses. I went, okay.
My bad. Okay, here you go. Here's the whole list. So here it is. Moto X best trick, 9:30 p.m. Then Moto X best whip, 9:30, and then right here, Moto X quarterpipe high air. All right.
So it's going to be a late night, Friday and Saturday night, and Sunday I'll wake up with a hangover. Oh, no, I'm going camping this week in the middle of nowhere. Oh, my. Okay, camping's canceled.
Camping, no more.
Camping's canceled. God damn it. Oh.
Are you even going to have... I'm just going to text you. I'm going to WhatsApp you and just ruin all the... I'll just be like, so first, second, third.
You might have to. I might not get any reception. Where we're going is like this massive lake area in the middle of nowhere in Germany. So, damn it.
You're going to get back and just see top 3 of everything on your phone and be like, son of a bitch, you just ruined the whole contest for me.
Yeah, and I got nothing to do because I went and busted my foot the other day. So we're going on a camping trip and I'll be getting around with my crip sticks here and, really enjoying time.
Well, you get your way out of hiking.
Yeah, this is exactly that was the first thing Rach said. She's like, you really didn't want to walk. I'm like, no, I told you I was not walking. I was mountain bike riding and sitting on a paddle board, and I can at least do one of those things still. So, all good. Cool, man.
All right.
Thank you very much for organizing all that. I guess you have a big day at work now.
Yeah, going to go and fix stuff for people and hopefully not get bitched at if I fail.
Yeah, at least when you do it for yourself, you can just swear at yourself, throw a few tools around the workshop, and it doesn't matter.
And then I get to use it. You know, that's the whole thing. My dad was always like, you'll spend hours digging in the backyard for these jumps. You know, he's like, if you put this much effort into working, and I'm like, yeah, but if I dig a trench for water drainage, I don't get to do anything with it when it's done.
Yes, but you can do something with the money they pay you, so that's quite good.
That's true, but, you know, it is
awesome. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for the setup on this, and can't wait to see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and let us know who you think is going to win. If you do some bets, show us your bets, and yeah, let's make a little bit of cash. Let's not go crazy and lose our...
Don't make it too public. We don't want wives finding out how much you're blowing on this.
That's true. Well, they don't watch this anyway, I'm sure, so you'll be fine.
That's true.
All right, later, everybody.
See ya.